Hello friends, this is Freezing. You are welcome. In this presentation, we'll be looking at fixing the platform for this water stand, and this is the SP4, which is the final series of this lesson. Alright, so if you have any questions, and drop it at the comment section. I will respond to that. And also, if you are new on the channel, kindly do it to be liking these lessons that I'm doing. It helped me a lot. It gives me the morale to bring to you more lessons. Alright, so let's start. We want to navigate to the steel tab, and then we'll be activating beam. You go to the setting. You click on that beam again. On the profile, we will need to change this profile. So we will consider a profile that is in the same section with this tension. Okay, so we'll click on this point, and then we will navigate to UKBS. Okay, we go to 152. It's 152 by 9. This one will not be okay. We'll go to this UCs 152 by 152 by 30. We'll be considering this one. Click on applied and OK. After which we want to be having from this point, center point, to this center point of this column, you have something of this kind. Alright, click on it. Once you click on that, you can, I want to position it at the depth of this front. Click on modify, so it will be on top of this beam, and so I will be having an extension of 900 for the purpose of working about the top of the water tank. You have the 900, and the start point will be 900 as well, just like that. Click on modify. Alright, add the minus here, then remove the side, the minus here. Come modify, you have something like that. Okay, so pick the beam again, and then you do the same thing, secting it in the side using the same constraint setting. Rotate it so you can see this one, and place it at the center of this beam. Alright, so after placing that, the next beam we'll be adding is, we will be adding beam as well, also on top of these beams. Alright, beam with this same profile, or we can decide to change the profile to a smaller one, so that it will be lighter. Alright, the 127 by this. Click on apply that. Okay, alright, that one. And then, sorry, we are trying to modify this one, so we deselect that command, right click and interrupt. Rotate this way. Click on the beam, change the profile to universal beam. Come to this point, and then we're having 127 here, so use that one, apply that. Okay, and then you pick the center point of that. Come to this side, and as well pick the center point of that, so you'll be having something of this kind. Right, so if you notice that this is a little bit shift away from that point, so we want to be moving it in such a way that it's in line with that, with this beam. Okay, so you just have to select that beam, check the direction where the beam is actually going towards the x-axis. So zoom it closely. We are to be moving this, so right click on move, so you just rotate it so it is like this, and then pick this point, move your arm this way. This is 20, pick it, right click and move again. Okay, it's even a little bit far, so let's move it again. Move it 20, All right, I think we can go by this. All right. All right, so after having this, we want to populate this in this direction of X. So we need to know how many of this that would actually fit into this placed. So being selected like this, right click, just have to click on copy linear, copy special linear. We are going in the X direction, so we want to be copying it for a space of 600, and the number we just have to consider, let's say 10, and see the extent. Click on copy and you have that. All right, so having this copied successfully, right click and then you interrupt, close this, clicking on OK, click on this one, hold the control key, click on that beam, also delete. All right, so we have set out the platform just like this. Okay, so what we now need to do is we are going to start placing the grids. So for us to do that, we need to have this beam somewhere to an extent. Yeah. All right, so we want to, let's pick on this beam, and then we want to reduce this end offset. So this beam ends will be in line with the top of this column. So for us to do that, let's check which of the ends is okay, which of the ends are we going to reduce. So we click on this and click on that. Then you come to this end, make it 0, you can modify. So it has actually affected this side, so we want now extend this to be in line with this to be in line with the column end, just like this. All right, that is good enough. Come to this side and do the same thing. Select this one and reduce this to 0, click on modify, then you zoom closely, click on this point, hold it and extend it, drag it to be in line with this, just like that. All right, so after which, what you now need to do is we want to move this beam a little bit closer to this the edge of this one. So for us to do that, just to select this beam, right click and then click on move. Once you click on move, you can decide to pick it maybe from somewhere here, you can take it to this place. You have something like that. So that is good now. All right, so we want to place the gradients on this platform now. So we'll still use beam. All right, so once you click on beam, you pick this point, and then move all the way. Actually, before then, let me select it, pick it at this point, pick the beam again, pick at that point, then come to this point and then pick it to have it just like that. Select the command, select the beam, and select the beam, reduce, move this end offset to 0, modify. That is it. Then the depth, this depth, take it to behind, modify. So if you check it now, you will notice that it is in line, but this beam and this one are not the same beam. So what you just need to do is to change the profile of this beam. So you click on this and then you look at beams, click on that, come to this profile, select this profile, apply it at OK, and you have that once you click on modify. All right, you have that. So you come to this place and choose a middle, and then you have this. So this is what I actually expected to have. So just click here, drag it so that it is in line with this one, just like that. Come to this place and do the same thing. Click on this point and extend it so you have it in line. Make sure the line is straight. See, the line is not straight, that is why you're having this. Okay, so just click on undo to have that. Select it again and adjust it again. Alright, remaining a bit of distance. Okay, it's even more than. Alright, let's just leave it like that. Rotate it to this side and do the same thing. Click on beam, pick the center of the existing beam, go all the way to this side and then pick on this center point just to place it. After which, select the command, select this beam and extend it. Sorry, I didn't maintain a straight line. You make sure your hand is straight. Click on it and pull it in such a way that it is in line with the edge of this beam, just like that. Come to this side and do the same thing. Alright, you have that. So after which, what we need to do is to weigh this one to this. Okay, to weigh this beam to this one. So just come to application and component. You can just type weight. So we'll be using this one. Click on this, select this beam, right? Apply that. Okay, select this beam and this one to weight it together. So you can see it's being weighted now. You can see, look at it here. Alright, so you do the same thing to this one. Alright, sorry, undo that. Select this one first, interrupt, pick the beam, select this one first and select this, just like that. Select this one first, select this. Alright, so after doing that, and I click interrupt, click on the view, then redraw. Once you redraw, you have something like this. Click on that again, on the weight preparations again. Now the gaps between this point, you can adjust it if you wish. If you check here, you can see a gap here, this gap. Alright, between this beam and this beam, you can adjust it here. Alright, so you just click and apply that. Okay, I want to just continue to weight this one to this, just like that. Oh, sorry, undo this, undo that. We are weighting this to this one. Interrupt, select the beam again, pick this one and pick this to weight it just like that. Alright, right click, interrupt and withdraw to have this model. I think this is model enough. Okay, so now I want to be placing the gradients on top of this. And for me to do that successfully, I'll go to beam again, activate beam, go to setting. In the setting dialog, I will be changing this profile. I want to change this profile to this other profile. To plate profile, this one, I'll be using alum grids. Okay, this one. So I'll change the height of this to 100. To 100. And then the thickness of this, I'll change it to 15. Click on apply that. Okay. I'll change the distance to this. That is the class. Okay. So what I just need to do is to pick this point, this first point here. I just zoom closely and to be able to take that point. Take that point. Come all the way to this side. And also take care to place this. Alright. I click interrupt. Sorry, this is 1000, which is not intended. Click modify to have this. So this is what I actually hope to have. Okay. After having this, you come to this place, take it to the front, the positioning, and you will be having something of this like this. Alright. So we are going to populate this toward these directions. So select it. Check the directions of the universal coordinate system. You are going Y. You are going Y and it is Y positive. Right click and then copy special linear. You clear this content and then you are having it 50. In that, you can just quickly change this to 115. Just like that. And click on copy. You have that. So click on OK. Right click interrupt. Then I just turn it this way. You see it just like this. So this particular one, you can just click on this last one. You delete that. So you're having the gradients just like this. So we want to also be placing it in the opposite direction. So just click on this on the beam. You zoom closely and you'll be able to pick this point to be your starting point. Take it all the way to this side. And then you can be able to pick this point to be an ending point. So you'll be having something like this. So for this one, we want to be changing it to an irregular shape. So select that, come to profile. So in the profile, you scroll down, you see an irregular shape here, profile, irregular shape profile. If I should scroll down, yeah, this one, click on that. Then we'll be using this orthogonal. So you can see we're having the width to be 100 and then here 50. So we just want to change that to 50 and then we change that to 30, 50, yeah, the I2 is 30, just like that. Click on apply and OK. So if you just click on modify, you see the changes on this one. If you look like this, alright, why is it looking like this is because we change this to from 100 to 50. So if you make this 100, you attain the height of that, just like that. And for this place of 50, make it 100 as well. So you just have to just type 100 there. So you'll be having something of this kind. Alright, but if you don't want something like this, you can just proceed with the other settings that you have. It also works as well. Alright, so if you increase this place now to 150, you're having something that is almost at the same height with this one. Just get out to the 170. So we finally have something like this. Having something like this, we want to populate it in this direction. So if you check the direction is negative x. Rotate this thing this side. Notice that it goes negative x. So you just double click, be selected like this. You just have to double click, right click, and then copy special linear, declare its content, and in this direction you give it the distance 50, and then you give it to the numbers on 115. Click on copy. Sorry, it's negative, supposed to do not expand. It's negative, you're supposed to add, and what's there to have that. So I have this, just click on OK, right click, redraw, select all of that, and then you right click and delete, right click and then you delete it. Just come closely here, and so you can see it doesn't give any spacing. We'll see how it looks. Alright, it does not give any spacing. So this is how the grate looks. But in a normal sense, supposed to have some spaces between it. Okay. So let's proceed. If you undo this and we are left with this, we can select this one, right click, and then go through linear again. So instead of 150, you can just make it 150, and then reduce here to 105. Click on copy. So you can see this spacing is big now. I'm just trying to show you how these things work. So this is the spacing now. If you notice, you have spacing these ones now. Alright, so I think this is nice. Okay, this is nice. So can you click on OK, right click, redraw, and you can just highlight these ones, right click, and then delete that. Do the same thing here, right click and then delete. Come closely to delete this first two. Click on this one, or the control key, click on that, right click and delete. You can just be having this. So having fixed that, we want to be placing the rail. Okay, we want to place the rail, the hand rail. So for us to do that, you go to edit tab, check on this point, and then you can be able to pick this first point, pick this last one to place the point at the centers of this beam, just like this. I'll come to this side and do the same thing. Pick their point. Sorry, interrupt that. Have that point there. Come to this place. And you do the same thing here. So after you must have done with the point, click on OK. I click interrupt. Select this point now. I click and then I'm moving this point. Pick this edge. Move your hand along this point. Place that point there. That is the point I want the point to be placed. Okay. Rotate this. Pick the point. Right click. Click on move. Pick this edge to get to the middle of this beam. Click to place the point. You come to this side. Select the point. Right click. Move. Pick that. Place it there. We want to start to place the handrail. So we will quickly go to application and component. In this provision, we type handrail. So we'll be using this one. So we click on it just like that. Click on the beam you intended to place the handrail on, then pick on the point of insertion, which is this point to place the array just like that. Do the same thing to this beam. Select the beam, and then you pick on this point on this point to exact to place the array just like that, and then coming to this side, select this beam, click on this point to exact it. Alright, so we want to insert the array from this point to a distance somewhere here, so it doesn't cover this place. For us to be able to do that successfully, we will need to create points as well. We need to create some points here. It actually seems that this particular plate is somehow covering the beam, so you can just remove that, right, to have a smooth surface of the beam. So you want to select this point, and then we right click and then click on to move, or we just interrupt that, select the point again, right click and click on to copy. So we pick the points, copied it from here, sorry, it's copied wrongly, interrupt that. Copy the point from this edge, go all the way to this edge. Make sure you zoom closely so you can be able to place it correctly. Yes, that's it. And also that point being copied, take it to this point also, rotate this. I place the point there. Alright, so now for us to place the ray, we also go to edit, and then we placed one point here. Between this line, or I can just use pick at any point, pick at that point, right click, interrupt, select the point, right click, click on move, pick this point, and look at the center of this beam. Alright, we can leave it at that position. And so we pick the ray, select this, and then pick this point to place it, just like that. Okay. You also pick this point too, select the ray too, as in the beam, pick that point. So this one is coming from this side, so we'll undo that. Alright, so that is it. We will be editing this ray. Click on OK to close that. Double click on this. We want to be having a spaces of 300 between that, and then we'll be having also 300 as the ray, and to click on modify. That is the changes. Okay, double click on this one and do the same thing. 300 there. Click on apply. Sorry, modify to add that. Do the same thing here. Double click on this ray, and then give it 300 in that provision and 300 in this provisions. Click on modify. Now double click also on this ray and do the same thing. click on modify. You have that. Alright, so in this small provision, we are supposed to have array here. But before we can have array here, we need to split this beam. Split this beam into 2 for us to be able to do that. Click on apply and OK. Alright. So for us to split this beam, we just rotate this. So we want the relay to start from somewhere here. So for us to be able to split this beam, we'll click on split this one. Select this beam. And then select the point you wanted this beam to split. I want it to split at this point. So I will zoom closely and then be able to click on that point. So once I click on that point, you will notice that this beam is split. Alright, so I will split this beam like this. We may not necessarily leave it like this. We may have to either weld it together or use splice, okay, to join this beam together. So if you come to this place and you just type splice X, and then you scroll down, you can use this one, this column splice, to also work. And how do you use that? You can just have to click on it, select this first beam, select the second beam to insert the splice, just like that. Right, that is how it works. So after which you can now go back to the weld, the hand ray, select this hand ray like this, pick this one, and then you can be able to select this beam now, and then pick this point to be the first point to insert it. So you have something like that. Alright, so that is how you can do that, a little editing to be able to insert this. So this is our platform where we are going to place the water tank. Alright, so if I right click on the view, right click and redraw, you have something like this. This is model enough. You can see everything is accurate and in place. Alright, so coming to this place, we want to weld this and this together. So you just go to weld, remove that, and then select weld. Want to weld this one and this one, so you use this, select this one and this one to weld it together. Alright, we are supposed to use splice here, but if you use splice here, it will affect this this template connection. So you just have to weld it just like that. Okay, so you do that to other places that's supposed to have that weld symbols here. Okay, like that, and then you check here this one to weld it. Alright, so that is it for this beam that is on top of this stanchion. What we need to do, we can also weld this beam together, clicking on this beam and this stanchion, weld them together. I think that will be model enough. Click on this and that to weld it. Alright, so you do the same thing here. You just placed it in a way that you can see it, so that you can be able to select this and this to weld it together. Alright, so this is the water tank. So we will call the class to a close for today, and then we'll look forward for the next lesson. Kindly like this lesson. If you are new on the channel, subscribe for more advanced lesson, and stay tuned. Bye for now.